It's been a long 365 days to get back here. But for everyone here in the paddock and for those of you following along with us from live around the world, welcome to Las Vegas.
Young Apollo with the win.
My mustache? I ain't growing that thing back. I'm under getting that caterpillar working again. How long did that take to grow?
Like a week and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, if I wait 3 months, I get this massive chin strap and then just a little bit of...
And then a few spots.
Yeah.
It took me 16 years.
16 years to get it crystal clear, as smooth as can be.
I'm like 20 positions behind them. I gotta somehow say something. Let's go spinning into the wall on the outlap, Jack. Come on. Come on, that's the way to win. You did it last year.
You're 21st.
Okay, 21st, you take out the 2 and I'm right there.
What's up? Number
What
one,
are you doing?
Mr. Champion.
You realize I haven't seen you in 2 years and you look the same?
You look the same too.
No, dude, I look way older. You literally look identical to the last time I saw
I will
you.
pull up a picture of you 2014.
How old are you?
20.
You're 20?
I'm 20.
Remo. If you don't get into the top 10, bro, I ain't talking to you again, all right? I told you what to do. Stop sucking. That's it. I know, that's all I want to see. I want to see Remo up there. We got to gang up on Danny out there, all right? Woof, woof, woof.
We're up here late and we're actually up front.
Dude, this guy's beating you?
Yeah, I hit the wall on the outlap.
Rookie.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, it was like me 3 years ago when I first put this shit out.
Yeah, exactly.
I straight.
Yeah.
Those is our other teammate too.
Yeah. It was my bad.
Only blame yourself. You only blame yourself.
I have a question for you.
What?
What team are you going to next?
I'm on my 5th this year. I'm gonna end this year. I'm gonna go to a different one. Thinking about Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
6th.
I need a good
And I'm
teammate,
also
though.
I'm also on RPM.
I need a good teammate, not an average teammate.
Yes, it is. No, it's not really the potholes anymore. It's all the oil spots. All the oil spots, the top of the concrete's broken off. And that's where it gets really, the cart gets free on top of it. But it's not, there's no really holes or anything. It's just the oil spots.
We just need a little bit more front, dude. I can't get it on the tire.
We suck in those last 2 corners.
Dude, it won't turn. I can't get the thing to rotate. Thank you. I try and get it in there, and I can't. I'm like under the rubber. I tried 3 different lines. I tried all the way out, tried in the middle. I tried veering in super hard, and I right when it like.
What's it doing? Is it not digging the tire hard?
It just dump trucks it. It feels like.
The engine it was good. it was definitely better. I think it was a little bit better with the silencer.
Yeah.
As well, yeah. Going to the other gear ratio, I didn't really have a problem off the tight corners. I thought it was okay.
Where was the change actually noticeably?
I had a lot more grip the last double right onto the straightaway. Like I was able to give it gas and not slide. It's like we softened it up and it's more stuck. But like we have so much. We have like the axle all the way here because of these rear whims. I almost want to.
Yeah, so it is.
I never do on a shifter, but like cut the axle just and rotate.
Well, the thing was that like compared to yesterday, when I turn into the corner, the rear end like wants to go and step out because the track definitely has more rubber on it. Yeah, this morning, like the rear end was just free getting into the corners.
An entire week's worth of practices, qualifying, and heat races have been run. It's Vegas, baby, out here in the desert. Main event Sunday, and we've got a ton of support classes on the ticket here to run their finals before we get to our headline division. First up out on the racetrack, 100cc VLR Master, and it has been dominated all race long so far by one driver in particular, Martin Stone. White flag in the air, and the crosslink competition driver will not be touched. He'll take the first double checkers here for the weekend for ROK Vegas. Micro Swift next out onto the circuit. Big group of go-karts headed through turn number 1. Tristan Murphy able to get away with the early lead. Gian Matteo Russo, next driver on up. He moves through and forward, and now his Nitro Kart fellow teammate Keelan Harvick down the inside and through to the lead. They are continuing to fight early on, though. Russo goes back on by. Harvick back to third. Tristan Murphy back into second. There's Marco Romero getting into the mix, and it's about a 6-driver breakaway up front. 3 drivers especially have led lap. Royce Vega is out already. And there goes the number 33, Bennick. Tristan Murphy continues to lead as they fight back for second. A little bit of a gap built up for Murphy, but Keelan Harvick just went purple. Now back to the bumper, looking inside for the lead. And the Hunt Brothers Pizza Nitro Kart goes back to the front. Murphy to second. Side by side all the way through the field, and now they're going to battle again into one. Murphy down the inside. Harvick trying to cross over here on the final lap. He'll get down to the bottom, and Harvick will block it off as they go side by side for second. Keelan Harvick will win in micro. Master ROK out next here. Billy Cleveland leading your field to the green over Derek Wang. Big jump for the inside lane and a nice start for the Rullison Performance Group driver. Scott Roberts has made quick work of the field already. He's gone through and by on Cleveland, has already started to put a little bit of a gap back to the rest of the pack. It's about a half-second back and growing for Roberts. Scott Roberts now leads over Renato Yater-David, who had some troubles in the final few heat races, put him back, and he will not get there in time. Scott Roberts, Master ROK winner. Mini ROK next out onto the racetrack here. Nice and easy start for Diego Ardiles from the pole, but there are a number of contenders coming through the pack. Salvador de la Vecchia already through to the lead, and he's got company behind him. Well, check that. He did have company. That was the 1-1-2 of Javier Herrera, but he has been shuffled back 2, 3, 4 positions already. Now under more fire through turn number 3, and that's given De La Vecchia a little bit of a gap. The 116 with about a second back to the next driver in line, who has become Jack Iliff in the Paralympic. Kai Johnson following him, and they've gone by De La Vecchia. Now it is Iliff the leader. Johnson back under fire from De La Vecchia, and the gap will open up for Iliff this time. Jack Iliff out front by 6 car lengths. Back to Kai Johnson there in second. And the Mini ROK drivers starting to become a pace race rather than a pack race, as Iliff's lead growing now to 7 or 8 tenths. In fact, it'll be enough. Jack Iliff, Mini ROK winner. VLR Jr. up next here. Aiden Ingrata leads your field down to turn number 1. He'll take them through cleanly, and they'll all file on through the first corner, chasing the Canadian national champion. And behind him, they will battle more for second. There's Chase Hand in the RPG Cosmic. He moves up to P2. He has been one of the main contenders all week, and Chase Hand leading through turn number 1 with about a kart length gap back to Ingrata. Parker DeLong going to the lead now over Ingrata, who had just gone by on Hand. That's the third of your trio who have been out front all week, although Chase Hand, big time lead now back to DeLong. Well, that lead got eaten up fast. Here comes DeLong looking,
not going to go to the lead there in turn number 2. He'll go through it in turn number 1 the following lap. Aiden Ingrata is by as well. Chase Hand back to 3rd. And Parker DeLong leads a 4-kart group going back to Jesus Vasquez Jr. coming to the final lap through turn 1. Little bump and run from Ingrata, and DeLong goes wide. Aiden Ingrata to the lead as they head for turn number 2. He'll take them down to the inside. DeLong has to defend for 2nd, and that is going to give the lead and the unofficial win to Ingrata across the line. I'm sure there'll be some official intervention though. Master shifter up next here. Jordan Musser on the point. Will get the whole shot down to turn number 1 over Ryan Kinnear, and the field all the way stacked up to the first corner, but everybody will make it through. Chasing the Texan, Jordan Musser in the PSL Karting Burrell Art. He's dominated this event for a couple of years now, with Ryan Kinnear being his perfect adversary. In fact, Kinnear even led a few laps here in the midsection so far, was passed back by Jordan Musser now with a few laps to go. And while he's applying pressure, Jordan Musser staying strong, 1 kart length out in front. Double checkers coming. Jordan Musser wins again in Vegas. Blake Nash and Jacob Hoover, the front row, after a number of contenders were taken out in a wreck in the final heat race, putting a few different faces up front. We're green for VLR Senior, and Nash leads them through turn number 1. Race Liberante, good start, up into 3rd. Josh Campbell under fire for 4th, and there goes Hoover. New leader, it's the Alex Keys Racing OTK of Jacob Hoover over Blake Nash in the Nash Motorsports EOS kart, and they've got a little bit of a gap over Danny Formal, who was up there through the heats, but has been trapped back after that being involved in that heat race incident. He is 3rd, about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds back, while the leaders continue to work together. Blake Nash has been glued to the rear bumper of Jacob Hoover. This entire main event has just gone by, though, to the lead. Nash now up to 3 car lengths and pulling away. Would be a great way to redeem himself after what was an unfortunate ending to the Florida Winter Tour for Nash. And with 3 car lengths to spare, he'll do it. Blake Nash, VLR Senior, ROK Vegas winner. Next up here, just a final class to go. ROK Jr. Chase Hand leads them into turn number 1 over Sebastian Weldon into 2nd. Aiden Ingrata 3rd as they work their way out towards turn number 2 and 3. But already, Aiden Ingrata starting to chip into that lead of the RPG Cosmic. Here he comes, looking inside, trying to get there, couldn't this time. Hand gonna go a little wide though, and Ingrata gets on by at the end of the corner. And now Aiden Ingrata, a 1/2 second lead, growing out to more. Ingrata gets it done in ROK Jr. With the support races cleared out, it's time to go headline division main event racing, beginning with ROK Senior. This week's breakout star has been Jack Jeffers, the rookie in only his 2nd senior start, qualified on the pole and won the opening heat race. He rolls off 4th for today's main event. Starting to Jeffers' inside will be Cole Morgan, and your front row will consist of the RPG Cosmic of Ryan Norberg and Florida's Alessandro DeTulio in the Parallel USA entry. We are lined up, ready to go. Main event action rolls on here with ROK Senior, DeTulio, and Norberg have the field under control. We're in the tram lines, and we're green down to turn number 1. Norberg trying to hang tough on the outside. He'll slot into 2nd. DeTulio leads your field through the opening few corners. In fact, it's a great start here for the main event for Miami, Florida's Alessandro DeTulio. It's about a 2 to 3 car length cushion to begin halfway through lap number 1 over Ryan Norberg and company. Nate Cicero with a great jump as well from the inside in 5th, has moved up into 3rd, and he's applying pressure to his teammate in Norberg as DeTulio's begun to slip away. That gap has doubled, and in fact, here they come down the inside. Cicero and Jeffers on Ryan Norberg, the 5-time National Pro Champ, drops to 4th. And Nate Cicero becomes the next driver to try and charge forward as Alessandro DeTulio has already over a second gapped on the field. He's driven away in the final 2 heat races on the weekend, looking very strong at the start of this main. In fact, they'll battle again for 2nd. Jeffers gets by on Cicero, and the Speed Concepts Racing Red Speed driver now the next challenger as they head down the back and through the hairpin section. Can the breakout rookie star be the driver to lead the field back on forward? Again, it's still a rookie season for Alessandro DeTulio. He won this event last year in ROK Jr., so it's his ROK Senior ROK Vegas debut as well. Jeffers closing in a little bit though. DeTulio has had a massive drop off in pace the last few laps. Here comes Jeffers even closer, looking late dive and down the inside for the lead. Jack Jeffers takes over the top spot, and we'll see if Jeffers can pull away. He's already gapped Nate Cicero. DeTulio continues to fade here as this race gets toward the mid stages. In fact, he's going to be under heavy pressure from Cicero in just a moment. Jack Jeffers' lead already up to 5 car lengths and growing as they work their way down the back. DeTulio under fire. Cicero down the inside, and he'll take away second. And now the gap is over a second and a half to Jack Jeffers, with half as much time as they had to run down DeTulio. And Jeffers, again, not slowing down at all. He's been the quickest driver for a good portion of this weekend. Slowed a little bit on Saturday through the heat races, but he is not slow whatsoever. Ryan Norberg back in 4th, has now moved up into 3rd. He's gone by DeTulio, who has continued to have some issue. That's dropped him back. Oh no, what do we have here? Jack Jeffers, that radiator mount has busted. That radiator is bouncing off the left rear tire, and that is going to be some serious performance hindrance for him. Nate Cicero was more than 2 seconds back just a moment ago, and he is quickly ripping off laps 3 to 4 tenths quicker. In fact, he's there, 3 kart lengths away. Coming through, final lap, half a lap to go now. Into the back hairpins, Jeffers trying to hang on. Final corner coming. Can he hold him off? Here comes Cicero. Crossover move. Contact. He's in the air. He's by. Nate Cicero pulls it off and wins its senior. Wow. I mean, that was unbelievable. Nate Cicero, final lap, final corner pass for the lead and the win. And I mean, it's awesome for him. It is a heartbreak for Jack Jeffers. What a promising weekend, though, for the young rookie. Second ever senior main event. Should have gotten away with a checkered flag, but he just comes up short for second. And Ryan Norberg, Mr. Consistency, another podium there in 3rd. Shifter karts in the streets of Las Vegas. What more can you ask for? I'll tell you, one guy who loves parking lot racing is Danny Formal. He has been dominant all week, the fastest driver by a ton. He will start from the pole. Jake French to the outside. AJ Myers has been close. There's been other contenders that have been able to crack the top 5, but nobody's been able to keep Formal from sweeping the 4 heat races. He'll get to start as close as they ever have been to Formal here for the final, but it's going to take a lot to knock off the Costa Rican. Warm-up laps underway. The drivers are on track. The nerves have got to be running at a full level 10 for everybody. 50-plus go-karts. To the lights we go, and we're underway. Danny Formal leads your field down to turn number 1. Jake French with a terrible start. He drops back to 3rd. AJ Myers moves into 2nd, and they're all following the number 437. Danny Formal takes them through the first couple laps, and the gap starting to open here, 2, maybe 3 car lengths back to AJ Myers and company, growing even more so down the backstretch. Jake French has not been able to get back around Myers just yet, but he is a little bit quicker at the moment. Myers through the bus stop chicane. Jake French again beginning to come to life right now. 1 kart length back from Myers, looking late on the brakes into turn number 3. He'll get the job done. Jake French through to 2nd. Myers lets him have it there. Didn't really fight him too hard, knowing that they've got to work together in order to keep any kind of a chance. Problem for Devlin DiFrancesco and Aiden O'Neill into the barriers over here in the first sector. As they try to get dislodged, they'll lose a ton of track position. And back up front, Danny Formal continuing to lead and pull away. He's had no issues whatsoever. Behind him, Hunter Pickett now starting to close to AJ Myers. That could be the battle for the final spot on the podium, as Myers is not having that pace that he had throughout certain parts of the heat races here in the final. Here comes Pickett looking inside, and give Hunter Pickett and the GFC karting entry 3rd away from the Magic Kart and Florida Winter Tour champion AJ Myers. In fact, that gap, 3 car lengths already, so Hunter Pickett, a driver who's been close this week to the pace of the top drivers, is now one of them. Formal continuing to lead the way, though, over Jake French and company. And as they head through the back sector, French starting to close in. Oh, we got more problems on the racetrack. Andrew Bajoso has pounded the barrier at the end of the back straightaway, and that'll take out the Magic Kart driver. One half of the dynamic duo, the other half being AJ Myers, who has caught a second wind here as he tries to challenge Hunter Pickett back for third. Starting to find a little more pace late in the going, and there he goes. AJ Myers down the inside in turn one, retakes the third spot. Granted, they're a good ways back from the top two. Without a big battle, I don't think they'll get much higher, as Danny Formal and Jake French have continued to set the bar. In fact, Formal's pulled back away from French here in the final few laps, trying to keep that margin at a safe distance where French can't dive bomb him like he was able to do to Myers. Down the front straightaway once again here, French 4 car lengths back, one more charge trying to get there. He's down to a kart length away in certain corners. It's just not close enough to make the move on him, but the pressure is there. Danny Formal knows he's there. He can feel him breathing down his neck. These guys are seconds up on the field. A massive gap back to the battle for third, which is becoming a three-way fight as Ron White starts to join the party. In fact, he's forcing Hunter Pickett to go on the defensive just a little bit, giving AJ Myers some breathing room as we go back to the front. Jake French trying to put pressure on him one more time here, a final ditch effort. We mentioned just a moment ago, a few laps back, he was within a kart length. He's down to the final lap, 2 karts back to turn 1, up to 3 through the infield section in the first sector. Down the back straightaway, Formal, too far out to really have to go all the way to the bottom. He can take a normal line. In fact, 2 more corners to go. He's looking to become the first 2-time ROK Vegas Rock Shifter winner. And out of the final corner, Danny Formal is gonna get it done. He'll win in Vegas for the second time. Again, it's been highs, it's been lows for 2021 for Danny Formal, but the checkered flag here today signals the fastest driver all week, the most deserving driver gets the win. Jake French, a solid run, so close at the end for second. AJ Myers, the Florida Winter Tour champ, a little bit short today in third, but no better way to cap off his ROK Cup season. Danny Formal, a repeat winner, the first in ROK Shifter here in ROK Vegas.
Really good.
Man, it feels incredible. It feels more incredible. It's with my second dad here, Greg Bell. We have, 3 years doing this program, and we have a second place that we lost it in the last lap. 2 first places. Yeah, the program's incredible. No one really believes, hey, what setup you have? We were completely out of the box. Out of the box, we changed the rear wheels and the hubs, and we raced the same go-kart all weekend. I asked Greg last night, Greg, let's try something, We have to try something. He's like, no, we're not trying anything. The go-kart was just on rails all weekend. So grateful for the team, everyone under the team. My mechanic did a fantastic job.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan.
And Jonathan,
I can put any mechanic with this guy, and we seem to get to the front of the pack. So,
but yeah, Jonathan did a great job, and no, the team did a great job. Everyone did a great job, and excited for what's next.